One of the top 50th largest churches. Good morning and welcome to day 2 in Sofia. We're gonna start the day by getting a obligatory coffee. Oh, bugger off. I'm gonna go get coffee, and then the first stop of the day is the oldest church in all of Bulgaria. So we're here at the Church of St. George. It is considered the oldest and most well preserved building here in all of Sofia. It was built in the 4th century, around the time the Roman emperors Galerius and Constantine the Great resided here. It originally was built to be a Roman bath here in Sofia, but at that time it was the city of Sedika. If you saw the last episode, we explored a lot of the ruins that they discovered in 2010 and 2012, but then it later got converted into a church. And then hundreds of years later, I think in the 16th century, when the Ottoman Empire ruled Bulgaria, the Ottomans converted it into a mosque, but I think they restored it back to a church. But I think we can go inside, I'm not too sure, but inside there's 5 or 6 different frescoes inside with all the different time periods of what it was when it was. What a awesome little piece of history that church was. It's situated between parliamentary buildings, I think they are. It's not hidden away, but they built around it to try and, I don't know, not deter tourists, but not make it as well known as it could be. I think the reasoning behind that is just so they help preserve the building itself. So behind me we're at St. Alexander Nevsky Cathedral. It was built in Neo-Byzantine style, and I believe it opened up in 1924, and it took 30 years to build. Really is an impressive building, and the building is connected to Bulgaria's liberation of the Ottoman Empire in 1879. It is also one of the top 50th largest churches by volume in the world, and during World War II it sustained heavy damage by actually the British and the American bombers, so it's had to have a lot of restoration to get it back to its former glory. But I always find it fascinating that massive buildings, historical buildings like this one and the church we saw earlier that was over 1,000 years old, has survived not only like World War I, but so many other wars in its history. And there's things as well, like if you go to Italy, like the Colosseum and like St. Paul's Cathedral in the UK, like any historical building that still stands has survived these wars. And in a way, well, not in a way, I am very glad about that, because once they're destroyed, they're destroyed. You can't get them back to their former glory. Like, yeah, you can restore them, but it won't be the same, you know. Like right here is history. If you rebuild it, you lose that historical value of the building. The heavens have opened as we're walking away from...
Oh. Thanks.
Sorry.
It's okay.
The heavens have opened. The heavens have opened as we're walking away from the church. We're completely unprepared for this. T-shirt and shorts. So now I think we're gonna seek shelter and go get some food. Taken shelter, found this quite, I say fancy. It's
fancy.
Yeah, okay, it's a fancy restaurant, but we've pretty much got a feast to fill us up for the rest of the day. I think we have a burger, some calamari, some bruschetta, another burger. So I think we'll see how much all of this comes to at the end. But bon appetit. That was a very nice dinner, and that only cost us £25, which I think is pretty good. But then again, when you come from an expensive country, anything cheaper is better. But yeah, we're just getting some pictures, some little Instagrammable spots, as you know I like them. And behind us we've got like the metro line with the church in the background and the Vishtova mountains in the very far background. And then we're going to go to another little Instagram spot, and then I think one more spot to end this day, ready for tomorrow's adventure. So behind me, right there, is called Largo. Quite simple name to remember. It was built in the 1950s because during World War II, a lot of Sofia was just completely flattened during the bombings. And after the war, they just basically started fresh with the city for what was destroyed, and in the 1950s they built this beautiful building. Originally, when it was built, it was a communist headquarters for the Bulgarian Communist Party, which obviously now has been abolished. And then I think to the left is a department store, and to the right, this building all along here is, I believe, the president's place of residence, I think. I'm not 100% sure, but what is really cool is you see them little glass domes. Walk over there and it's see-through, and you can see through to the what's underneath, and what is underneath is the Roman ruins of Sardica. So in the episode yesterday and some of the episode today, like the church we visited, which is just around the corner from here actually, some of the ruins you can see is over there under that giant glass bubble. So that is the end of day 2, and wow, that went by really quickly. Yeah, what a good day, apart from getting caught in the middle of a very heavy rainstorm, and apparently it's meant to rain and thunderstorm all day tomorrow, but we will see. And tomorrow I'm very excited for, because we're getting the train, not the train, the minibus or coach or some form of transportation with wheels to a place called Rila. That could be a plane. Well, they have wheels as well. we are going to a place called Rila Monastery and Bojana Church, 2 UNESCO World Heritage Sites. Yeah, really looking forward to that. So yeah, as always, if you did enjoy this video, give us a little thumbs up. And yeah, we will see you in the next episode. Peace out.
Yeah.